Ladies and gentlemen, I see y'all in there. This your boy Zoe Williams. I'm in the building. We about to get turned up in a minute. I love that track, by the way. Do it now. Hit the like button. We got 3 minutes before showtime. We're going to do a different kind of show today. You know I like throwing wrinkles, curveballs. Yes, sir, Bob. We got 2 minutes before we go live. Then I'm going to drop this topic after I promote a few things. That track, Ignorant. Rewind. Sorry. I'm Zoe. Yes, just cop a seat over there against that wall. Is belligerent. I'll stop it now. I know. I just love that track, man. It's sick. It's ridiculous. So you already know YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the share button, get everybody involved in this conversation. We're about to go live right now.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man at the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's Friday. The voice of reason is live. You already know what that means. Tough relationship topics for women. You guys have to explain it to us. You know we don't really know. But neither do you. Neither. Just walk into my show live, huh? While we on air. Jesus. That's just wow. That's what happens. Sit right in the camera shot, too. Here we go. That's what happens when you're late. You just walk in like, hey, how you doing? The voice of reason is on fire tonight. I got a unique show about to go down. Now, as is commonplace for this radio program, you know I like to promote stuff, things, and whatnot. Go ahead and say something. You want to say something?
Oh, no, I'm trying to.
You trying to
my
focus?
peace.
Okay, hold your peace. So today, and I've done this before, Michelle Lyons is a friend of mine that I met on the Foxhole.
Okay.
We were on the celebrity softball game or softball team together.
Those balls hurt.
Welcome to my life.
Okay.
No, anyway, Michelle I think she's married now. Yeah, I think she's married.
Oh.
Got a couple kids. Ooh, but on that softball field.
Oh, the glory days.
In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, that was a pretty girl. I'm not saying she's not pretty now. She's kind of off limits, kind of like, ugh, married, kids. Ugh.
A different kind of dusty.
That's just how men are. You know how men are. Oh, you're married with kids? Ah, jeez, that's more of a commitment than I was willing to invest.
And stretch marks.
Okay, never mind. We're good here. So, at the beginning of every show, I like to promote a lot of different products. Today, I'm going to promote Michelle's product.
Yeah.
We have a young lady in the studio. We got a whole shit-tocracy of people in here. It's a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
But I want you to introduce yourself, your IG, Michelle's company, what her company does for you, how it's been an amazing experience, all that stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to introduce one of Michelle's models. They're here.
So, hello.
Hey.
I'm about to put the Zoom on you real quick.
Oh, okay, yeah. Zoom on me.
Go ahead. Tell them who you are.
Okay, so my name is Lauren Kim. My Instagram is LaurenK22_. I'm a model.
You going too fast. Lauren K.
K22_.
Tutu like Tutu? Like a little tutu?
Tutu.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
just
that.
those. 22.
Why not 22?
Yeah, okay then, 22.
Jesus.
I thought it.
I
but
thought it was.
like,
I was like, is there, you
Or
make
maybe it's just a
tutus?
bunch of twos.
Oh, okay, cool. 22.
Yes. But I'm a model for Best Talent Group, and how I first started off was I just went to Barbizon, which was a modeling and acting school. I just trained there for a little bit, and I really didn't get like the full experience. But then after I met a friend, he introduced me to Best Talent Group, and then I became to work with Michelle, and it was amazing because you get the real life of models and you get to go on that stage. It's just amazing. You get that experience, you know? And only Michelle does it at Best Talent Group. You can find them on Instagram at Best Talent Groups. They're amazing and the best experience that I've ever gotten, because everything else in this industry, they don't give you the full experience of how Best Talent works.
So give me an example.
So you'll just talk with Michelle, and if you're ready, she'll like give you training with like the people that she has trained as the models. She has girls from America's Next Top Model.
Oh, so they've been trained by Miss J. I love Miss J.
No, I don't think.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We have
You're
Kiara.
embellishing.
We have
I need you to
Kiara.
stop.
Yeah, we have Kiara. We have Naima, who won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Nice.
And then, yeah. So then she has a lot of these like very well experienced people, and they train you. And then once you're all trained, you go out on the big stage with the designer that you meet.
Come on in here, Sherelle. This is weekdays. See, her name is Sherelle. Okay. But I changed her name to Weekdays because of the classic Sherelle record. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, love. That's Sherelle, but we call her Weekdays here. Finish your story, young lady.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but they send you out on this great experience, the big stage. You cannot experience this anywhere unless you're like America's Next Top Model. Unless
So,
you're
any young ladies, is there an age requirement?
no, this is all age.
Because an old model is like an old rapper.
Wow. It's some classy, like, older ladies.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like family members would tell an old rapper, look, this 48. You 48.
Yeah.
You can't be dropping a mixtape at 48. Just hang up your mic.
I know some.
What is the oldest you could be to be like an effective, like really dope model?
I think any age, because I feel like you're 48. There's no age limit. You could do anything and everything.
Well,
There's
what
no
about
difference.
size limit? Because y'all got the plus size over there?
Yes.
Where the
Plus
plus size? Could somebody thick come in here?
Yeah,
Where's the
plus size
peanut
model.
butter and jelly?
No, Hawaiian roll.
Best
I
Talent
love
Group has
Hawaiian roll, bro.
everyone.
So there's no real, like, anybody who, you know, is attractive, I guess, can come in and be a model.
Well, you don't have to be attractive.
You could be an ugly model. Okay. I'm going to run up out of here.
No, but I heard the designers actually look for the odd look. You know, someone that's kind of awkward, though. A lot of designers now looking for the awkward chick.
Oh, really?
Who is
Yeah.
the awkward chick?
Yeah, that normally is not considered cute.
I know what you
And then
mean,
they-
like the weird face, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh, they're a model.
it's kind of edgy.
Yeah,
Like
but
she
it's
look like
not
a man on
pretty.
the street, but on the thing on the runway, she edgy.
Oh, I actually
scary.
think that if you're beautiful in the heart, I think they do better. Because
Girl, they don't do
if you
better.
have a good personality, no matter how you look, I think your personality is everything.
Okay.
That's
Well, I
what
need to be
think
a model.
personally.
Listen, you got 332 jobs as it is.
I modeled at Big Lots one time when I was like 8.
You modeled at Big Lots.
Yeah, they had.
I mean, listen to what you're saying.
I had it on a cat suit onesie, but it had cats on it.
So give out the website one more time. Let's shout out Michelle Lyons and her company. What is the website again?
The website, you could find her on Instagram at Best Talent Groups.
Best Talent Groups.
Yes. But when there's Best Talent, it's spelled with not 2 T's because best at the end there's a T and then talent starts with T. It's just 1 T.
All right. Well,
Not
I
2
appreciate you guys for coming and filling up my studio.
Yes.
I appreciate it. And hey, one more time that website, because there are a lot of people on my YouTube page that are watching this right now.
Best Talent Groups.
On Instagram.
Yes.
So that's at
Best Talent Groups.
All right. All right.
LaJazz.
Appreciate you guys for coming through. And if there's anything else I can do for you guys, come in anytime. We love having a bunch of women in here to share their relationship stories. As a matter of fact, one of Michelle's models years ago became a co-host of this very show. I'm trying to tell you now.
Wow.
It's a real situation up in here.
Maybe that's me next.
Maybe.
You're very well spoken.
I'll be the judge of that. No, but yes, we would love to have, tell Michelle to send us some models and come on in here and join the conversation.
And tell me what y'all wearing so I can match.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Listen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. When I come back, our regularly scheduled program will resume. And I'm telling you, I got a topic today that's going to blow a lot of people's minds, especially people in relationships. Oh, my God. This topic is going to hurt your feelings. Possible. Well, no, Sarah, you know it's not my intention to hurt people's feelings.
Never. Okay.
Yes, but no, we have to have this conversation because I believe that relationships is the core of everything. And if the relationships are crappy, your life is crappy. We'll be back at 2.2, the Voice of Reason. I'll holla in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason is back in the building. I've just been handed something. When I tell you today's topic is going to be so goddamn incredible, sometimes I think Mimi is coming. So we're going to have to get another. Wow. Listen, let me put the camera on myself real quick. I just been handed a bombshell. And it fits so perfectly into today's topic.
Woohoo.
I create amazing topics.
You do.
And it's important that we do.
Where do you get them
From Jesus.
Oh my, I knew it.
No, you didn't.
Didn't expect that answer.
None of you know Jesus like I know Jesus.
You do know
Here
a
we
lot.
go.
Hey, listen, I try to teach.
You do.
Jesus.
No, for real,
It's like
Your
old
like
Baptist.
mind is amazing. Like sometimes I sit in awe, and I wish I could have a plethora of the wisdom that you do.
As you should.
Thank you, Lord.
Kneel before Saul. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway.
Zoses.
Zoses. Oh, God.
I like that.
So sis walks.
Oh, my
That's
God.
ugly. Now it gets ugly.
Nah.
Like you had one and then.
Yeah, it didn't land the way I thought it would. We
All
can
right,
just
cool.
backtrack.
So look, you already know what it is that I do. Total Package Energy, Beal Sauce, Dream No More, Rise of the Lion, the Holographic Relationship book. Uh-oh, she hasn't seen my latest book.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, maybe she should take a gander at the Lord's work. You not knowing?
I'm not knowing.
You not knowing.
You don't know.
She's not knowing. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you we about to go ham and eggs up in here. Best topic of the year, I think. Let me just keep it 100. The best topic of the year for the Voice of Reason is about to happen right now.
Already in March?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You said this was about relationships.
Of course. But we got to do this topic, and I'm going to tell you why. Oh, look at the Ramomar jumpsuit.
I peeped that.
Very stylish.
5,000-year-old pyramid text.
I thought I saw Rolls Royce on there, like the R.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Ramomar NY.
What does it say? What does your jacket say?
Well, these, you can only be a priest if you want to decode them. And all of the information from the pyramid texts are not available to the layman.
Are you serious?
Yes, I will not share what it says.
Why would you do that?
That's too much work for a jacket.
You couldn't give me one sentence.
No, Ramomar. I've been promoting this guy for over 4 years. You see Nicki Minaj and some of his stuff?
Oh.
I've
Like
seen
she
some.
went to Coachella last year and like wore a bathing suit that he created, and it went crazy.
Oh, wow.
Ramomar NY, Ramomar, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta check him out. Ram O Mar. Go check him out. It's fly as hell. You know how we do.
Yeah.
Let me just get right to it. Reagan Hillier,
What's up?
world-renowned motivational, metaphysical, spiritual. She's just so young to be a guru. Nah, but she handed me a bombshell. The Abundance Codes is the name of her new book. Let me put this book on camera. The Abundance Code. Mm-hmm. Reagan Hillier and Juan Pablo. What's that last name?
Barahona.
Barahona. Of the Highland Barahonas. Nah, look at the cover on this mother.
No, that cover is gorgeous.
Yes.
This shit is hot monkey lava.
I want to put that on my bookshelf. Like it's so pretty now. And it makes me want to pick it up just because it looks beautiful. And then I'm like, oh, I want to read it too.
I want to know what the symbol means.
Listen,
Okay.
this is what you gonna do for the majority of this show.
Yes, sir.
You gonna listen, boss.
I sure will. Wait till the white lady come to do that. Okay.
No. No, but seriously though, in a real way, this book ties into our topic. And after I finish promoting, we're gonna get right to it. I got one more thing to promote. Black Enlightenment app. I want everybody to go download that. I hear this app is available for iTunes only. Go get it. Black Enlightenment app. App is AAP, like Appalachia. Go get it. Black Enlightenment app, of course. RamomarNY.com. I'm wearing Ramomar right now. 5,000 euro pyramid text in a jumpsuit.
I love it.
Wow.
It's like a holistic, athletic guru gear.
Wow.
God gear.
Sweat history.
I love it. Yes. Of course, Beal Sauce. Go get Beal Sauce, BealSauce.com. And, of course, my favorite, Total Package Energy. Get over there. Get it now. And then the final thing I'm going to promote is Dream No More, Rise of the Lion by Mario C. Matthews. Let me get right to the topic now.
Just diving in.
Listen, Reagan, you ain't been here in a while.
It's true.
Shit gets real in here now. Well, it's always been real.
Right?
No, it's always been real. But now we're pushing the realness to a whole another level. Today's topic.
Now, echo.
Now you know we talk about relationships on this show, but we also talk about race. We talk about race. We talk about inequality.
Mm-hmm.
You in the dig?
Yeah.
Now, you saw them white people cheating.
Yeah.
You wealthy and you cheating. You just finna buy the test. You finna buy the degree. You finna buy your way onto the team.
Yeah.
You've heard of this, right? The American college scandal.
I don't think so.
Oh wow, it's news.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's been worldwide news is because inequality is really bad here in America, like really bad. And when we say inequality, we talk about across the gamut. So you got wealthy people who are entertainers who can buy their way into some of the world's most elite universities here in America.
Right.
Yale, USC, as if you already didn't have an advantage by being wealthy.
They just have a new president. They just installed a new president at USC.
Wow.
Little short lady.
They got rid of the president.
Done.
Wow.
Already in, making changes.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Deuces. Can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. They make the young black kids feel like they're entering some type of holy temple and that they should be proud to even be on a visit here. And then at the same time, the elites here in America are cheating to get in.
Yep.
We don't have to take no tests. We can buy the test results.
Wow.
We can buy the degrees. So I had to do this. Wow, USC just named a new president. Here's what she said about the admission scandal. First off, find her name, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, Sarah?
Ah, jeez. What the lady name? Carol Folt. Carol Folt.
Carol Folt.
Yeah. She stepped down in January as a chancellor of University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and just took over and will officially take over at USC.
Is she black or white?
White lady.
It really matters.
Yeah, it's a short white lady.
The world is changing, man. It really matters.
She's short.
She's short white lady that look like the lady from NCIS LA.
Stop.
Los Angeles. No, for real. Hetty.
I'm going to run up out of here.
Sorry.
Okay, so this leads us to today's topic, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of black folk, we aspirational people. We spiritual people. So we believe in shit. It could be, I don't care what it is. Now, the Mormons used to say black people were cursed by God to be dark-skinned, and they had tails. But that didn't stop black people from joining the Mormons.
Gladys Knight is a Mormon.
Black people say, shit, I need something spiritual. We got monkey tails? Okay, fuck it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll cut it off when needed.
We'll figure it out. I'm a overcome my monkey tail and God curse. I'm going to overcome it. We're aspirational people. We'll join Christianity. Wasn't one of the slave ships named the good ship Jesus?
That's all I have to say to that.
So I said, I got to do this topic because nobody comes from this perspective.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
As ever.
Ready.
Is the law of attraction real or false? Are there flaws in the law of attraction? Because if there are, Oprah never spoke of them.
No, that was her aha moment.
You in the dig? You in the dig? Now, the reason why I pull that out is because look at what they do to black folks here in America.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say to black people in America, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But they won't say, but we're cheating behind the scenes. Your way up is through strife, struggle, and believing, right? Our way up is through the side door, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happens when the law of attraction fails? Why does it fail? Because many people believe in the law of attraction and still don't have a different life, still don't have a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to point it out. Are white people praying to different gods than we are? Are we praying to the same God? And is God answering their prayers and not ours? Slavery.
Yeah.
We all Christian. Slave master and slave.
Not sure why you point at me as slave. But I'm with
but
it.
I'm making a point.
Yeah.
Slave master and slave are Christian. Yeah. Now, the slave was forced into Christianity, but you better be Christian because I'm your master. And it's divinely, that's a lot of masters. It's divine. I'm supposed to be your master.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the question, when we start praying to Jesus, did he ignore the prayers? Look at where we are today. 90% of the nation's wealth, Americans, 90% of the nation's wealth is in the hands of white folk. 2.6% of that is in the hands of black folk. 2% of that is in the hands of baby boomers. 0.6% is everybody else, including Oprah, Bill Cosby, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all the other celebrities that look like, oh, we doing well. Mm-hmm. I need to know, is the law of attraction some bullshit? We need to know. I've got questions. True or false? The law of attraction, LOA, is the belief that the universe creates and provides for you that which your thoughts are focused on. True or false? Why do positive affirmations fail many people that use them as a means to change the outcome of their experience? Why do positive affirmations fail? Does anybody know that? I have a smoking gun, by the way. Let me continue. Mm-hmm. What's the flaw in the law of attraction? I need to know that. Does like always attract like? Always?
No.
Law of attraction, people be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There had to be something in you.
I need to know. True or false? The most powerful attractor is our belief systems. What we believe to be true, what we have accepted as the truth. Is that the most powerful attractor in our lives? We got an interesting topic today, and I got a group of people in here who are going to deal with it. Is it false, cameraman? The law of attraction. Do you believe in it? You do? We all do. It's fine. That's fine. Everybody believes in it. Gosh. True or false? The universe sets your life purpose? Could Michael Jordan have been anything other than what the fuck he was? I don't know. Can you become something that you aren't already? The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Is the law of attraction some BS? I want to know. Phone lines are open, 323-230-4610. Let's get in it. Reagan Hillier, author, motivational speaker, world traveler. I need you to talk to this because I need some clarifications.
You're sitting there dropping bombs.
It's kind of what I do.
Right?
It's kind of what I do.
Woo. Where do we start? Well, there were 100 questions there, and I think the law of attraction, if we go back to especially The Secret, right, which really brought it all to light about 10 years ago or so. As far as I'm aware, it never was a universal law if we actually go back into the laws of the universe, right? Mm-hmm. However, it was pulled to the surface, and I think it did serve a purpose in the sense that it woke some people up and it got some people thinking differently, and it really took some people into a place where they thought, oh, maybe I can actually take control of my life and create a life that's a little bit different. So in that way, I believed it served. However, when you start asking questions like that, I start seeing the holes, right? And I start poking and prodding at it and going, oh, how many people have fallen into actually a little bit of a trap around that instead of questioning it at the corners.
You believe in that shit, don't you?
I do. I'm not going to lie. I do believe it, and I've seen it work in my life, both good and bad.
Give me an example.
Did you attract a parking space?
I actually have really good parking juju, and I just claim it. And even if it's mumbo jumbo, it's mumbo jumbo that I just use to manifest really great parking spots. And any place I go, I always get amazing parking spots. So it's one of those things. Well, I do believe that if you can ignite something, I do believe that it at least aligns you with something better. And I'm willing to take the risk of believing in something where there absolutely, I could say there's holes in it. And because the law of attraction also requires action. That's the key to enacting attraction.
But not to a Hindu.
Well, I'm
because
not Hindu.
A Hindu doesn't see action as positive.
Then the Hindu may believe whatever the Hindu chooses to believe. I'm going to believe what I choose to
believe.
But
the law of attraction is probably originated from their beliefs as well.
That's fine. There's deviations from many religions in terms of what people believe. So
you ain't learned your lesson here yet.
You know what?
You're going to stay hard-headed. Is that what you're going to do?
You know what?
Is that what you're going to do? I'm just saying, to the Hindu, action is not good.
For me, action is very good. So
Karma. That's what the word karma means. Sanskrit for action. The spiritual practice of the Hindus, they're trying to mitigate as much action as possible.
Mm-hmm. I also believe there's different journeys that people can take. For them, maybe inaction is what works within their belief system. That is not something that works within my belief system.
That's because you're a fucking capitalist.
Well, within my capitalism belief system, then action is what works. And I've seen when I enact certain plans and I align myself with goals and also seek out, I claim what I want, I have seen it manifest into my life. So do I believe?
Give me an example.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I put in last summer, I put on my kind of vision board, goal board was to buy a house. I'm currently in escrow and should be closing out in a month. I have it listed. I put out my plan. I said, I'm buying a house March 2019. And I looked at that board every single day and I executed the plan that I set in place. And now I'm actually buying a home March of 2019. I'll show you the board. I have a picture of it. I can pull it up and put it and send it to my group chat to my parents and said, this is something that I've enacted.
That had nothing to do with your ability to be prepared, right? You prepared to buy a house.
Correct.
B, you had the resources to do it as well, right? Money, help from parents, maybe people, maybe. Okay. So
when you say people, what shade are you throwing there? I feel like there's people. What are you trying to say?
I didn't say anything. What I'm saying is maybe it had more to do with your preparation than it had to do with, the little cutout picture you had on a piece of paper
no, my preparation definitely came along with it. But where I say the law of attraction is in my mindset shifted when I decided to enact certain actions to reach this goal. I mean, this is something that 3 years prior, I never thought I would have done. I never thought that I would have been able to align myself. This is something that I left a job and I end up off of faith, off of trusting a process. So I believe that
you gonna keep talking?
Go
okay,
ahead.
It's fine.
You know what? I was talking and then you
fine.
started talking.
You know why?
Because it's your show.
Exactly. I think you know the rules, right? Don't you have your own show?
I do, actually.
Then you get to do that on your
Kitty
show.
Radio.
Okay, cool. But I'm just saying. So it worked for you. Does that mean it's real?
No, I'm just saying it worked for me, and maybe it could work for other people.
Look, 2053. Black and brown people are projected to be penniless in America.
I have a problem
you
with
mean
that.
After the point?
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
After the point is made?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Penniless. We're projected to be penniless by 2053. Do you think any of the people in that group believe in the law of attraction? Or they're just believing it wrong?
I believe that there's definitely people that believe in it, and there's also people that probably believe in it incorrectly.
How do you believe in the law of attraction incorrectly? I'm coming to you.
In terms of how you, I mean, in terms of you may believe in it, but I believe that you have to act in order to manifest what you want. It's not just putting thoughts in your head and you put a thought in your head and all of a sudden it comes true.
So what about the people?
You have to set up processes in order to achieve it.
Yes, stop. What about the people who act and it still doesn't work? And your point is moot now.
No,
Reagan, come on back in here.
Are you talking about people that act? Because some people...
I'm forget. Okay.
Because some people do act, but they don't actually have the faith behind it in order to achieve it. Like some of the things I've had to choose to do, it's like I've literally had to leap off that mountain and just... No, but I'm trying to think, like leaping off a mountain, just trusting the process and trusting that it's going to line me where I need to go, where I'm acting out on true 100% faith.
Sarah, get in here.
Okay.
I know Mimi is finna jump in on this.
Okay, first of all, it's old school. I grew up in the church and everything, and since the 80s, everything I've heard, name it and claim it. And that's basically what a lot of these vision boards is and different things like that. Is like if I concentrated on it enough, you don't say mind over matter at the church because that's witchcraft. So it's got to be out. Hey, don't. I'm just telling you.
I will run the fuck up out of here.
When I was growing up, that's how we were taught and stuff like that. So, but
wait a minute. You can say name it and claim it in the church, but you can't say mind over matter. Say it. Wait, hold on.
Is it now?
Saying mind over matter is witchcraft in the church.
And when my church where I grew up at, and in when I got older, another church I went, it was,
Motherfuckers is crazy. Okay.
No, it's just belief system. And another thing too, what you were saying about in 20, in the years that we're going to be penniless.
2053.
Yeah, but black people have not received money. There are a lot of affluent black people, whatever, that's getting money. The problem is that we're not good stewards over our money. Even the small amounts of money that we have.
Wait. You just...
I just okay.
Cause you done fuck you.
It's quite a few people that have.
Did you see the video?
Enough money.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You guys saw the video I played. Yeah. Antonio Moore. You saw the numbers. Should we play it again?
No. I'm tired of
what I'm saying is that we have a problem with saving. Even with saving and investing those
Did you know statistically black people save more money than white folks? And scene. Mimi, you're in here.
Where is this found?
I know.
Where's the receipt?
You just coming up with chicanery. Did you? We need to save.
Name it and claim it.
No, baby. Okay, Mimi, jump in here, and then Reagan.
Okay, so I kind of miss what the whole topic's all about. So what I'm gonna say is just jumping on.
Well,
what
let
she
me
was
set
saying.
you up.
Set me up. Yeah,
let
set me
you
up. Line me up. Let me land.
Today's topic is the law of attraction real or false? And the reason why we ask this is because everything has to be put on the table. We have to scrutinize everything. Right. If there's flaws in the Bible, flaws in the Quran,
Flaws in the people.
flaws in the people teaching it,
Flaws in everybody.
flaws everywhere, there's got to be some flaws in the law of attraction.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe black people are the ones who are going to suffer the most. 2053, black and brown people are projected to be penniless because of the widening wealth gap. Wealth calcification is at its most intense point than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, black folk fall into claim it or black. What is it? Claim it?
Name it and claim it.
Name it and claim it. Okay, cool. Mimi, get in here.
Funny, it works.
Well, back to what you were saying. I mean, I do believe that we as black people, we need to do better with our money and things of that nature. And I can't see if we are going the same way we're going now. I can see that happening. But what I will say, the reason Asians and white people and Koreans put businesses in our community is because we do spend money on things. It's just not the right things. And I'm not saying that we have all the money. I'm not saying that. But the reason that they target these areas because they're targetable. They're marketable. They would not be taking their money into the hoods unless the hood was paying them in some type of way. And the problem with black people is we don't support each other. We are not coming together as a group. Other minorities and other people, they sell and they buy from each other. We do the opposite. We rather take our money down to Dong Chin over at the market instead of going over here to Bob's spot. So I said all that to say you were right, Zoe, but I also think it's also the decisions that we're making. We're not helping to rebuild. It has to be something that we have to do to help ourselves, and we must invest in each other, I think, to help. I mean, of course, we're limitless. We have a limited amount of money compared to other minorities or other groups or even other races. But I think if we did different things, perhaps we can make some sort of change.
Reagan Hillier, resident metaphysician, jump in here.
Right on, Mimi.
Okay, so when we look at the law of attraction, you know, especially in the movie The Secret, right, it was said over and over, like our thoughts become things. Our thoughts become things. And I think there's a bigger conversation at play, like you were saying, Zoe, you know, if it was just like, think positive, then everyone would have everything they want. Because I think most people can think a thought that they want every now and again, right, and focus on that. And so when we look at that, under the surface, I feel like there's a frequency and there's a vibration which comes in when you're wanting to manifest something. And, you know, when you're truly a vibrational match for what you're looking to call in, then generally that's when the thing shows up. So what people do is they're like, oh, you know, I'm thinking about it. You know, it's on my vision board. I stuck it up there. You know, it's written on my phone. And they're on a mind level, they're there. But on a frequency level, they're not there. And if we look at some cultures and some people, even if they're doing the work to get there on a frequency level, some of this stuff is coded literally in their body. Like if you come from a history of slavery, that slavery is coded in your cells, right? And now that's maybe unfortunate, but the minute you see that and you start to look at that and you do the work to clear that out and shift that, you change your vibe. Right? And then when we change our vibe, we change our frequency. When we change our frequency, we permeate the field around us, and then our reality starts becoming very different. So I feel like many people, especially in America, are just unconscious to this. You know, they just don't know, they just don't get it. They're looking at their thoughts right now, and they're kind of forgetting their lineage and their ancestry and their past and where they came from, and that some of that stuff's still in them maybe.
Interesting.
Amen. I agree. I like. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the major flaw in the law of attraction. First off, I agree with what she said, what Reagan said about, you know, you gotta reconcile certain traumas, generational curses. You got to do all of that. But there's a couple of points that need to be downloaded here. White wealth is created off of black slavery. Right. In America and in Europe.
Why are you looking at me specifically? I feel like you're like targeting this information.
I haven't said anything.
No, you just stared at me for 10 seconds.
Well, the last time he said slave, he pointed to me.
So I'm just saying, don't take it personal. I'm not calling you a white lover.
I do love all people.
Pale penis.
I love black people, white people,
Chief Pale
Chinese
Penis.
people. I love people.
Pale penis.
I love people.
So wait, because there's certain things we have to cover here.
Mm-hmm.
When you start going back to the law of attraction, some people will go to the Bible. As a man thinketh, so is he. Some people will go to Buddha, right? The whole universe, everything is made of mind, right? All of this is a byproduct of our minds. Buddha was big on that. But when you start looking at, okay, so there's certain levels of information that in order to run a government, you can't let people have it. Right? Because if I give you the keys to unlocking yourself, so to speak, then I become unimportant. There's no need for me to be even involved in your shit. You don't even need a government. Right. Self-actualization, self-realization, samadhi, all of these terms that they use, they want to make sure you never reach that. Because if you never reach that, or if you're too busy to reach that, if you're trying to pay your bills and you're struggling to eat, right? You don't have time for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you see? So there's that. Here's the flaw in it, too, because there is a fundamental flaw in the law of attraction. And I should say the way it is articulated and contextualized today. And that is, it doesn't make room for Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Now, you say, what the fuck is that? Well, it's in the holographic relationship, right? Where the uncertainty principle is a part of our physical reality. You can't know multiple aspects about an electron. That's even if the electron decides to show up for you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to show up. So when it does show up, you can't know everything about it. You can know maybe its location, but if you pick location, you can't know momentum. If you pick momentum, you can't know location. It's called the uncertainty principle. The law of attraction never talks about the uncertainty principle. And to me, that makes it part hustle. Because now you're telling people all you got to do is think a certain way and your life will change. But as Reagan pointed out, if you don't dump that unwanted baggage, that hurt, that unforgiveness, that all of the bullshit you've carried with you and justified having, right? It's hard for you to get into the space of currency, because that's what most people are wanting, is material shit, right? So you want to raise your vibration to buy low vibrational shit. So you gotta put the uncertainty principle into the law of attraction. Mm-hmm. It's not just, and it's uncertainty meaning this too. Do you get exactly what you want?
No, sometimes, well, what I've realized in my journey is that sometimes there's something better waiting for me, and I've had to learn to trust the process. Mm-hmm. And I've had to realize that this is happening for a reason. I don't know what the reasoning is yet, but it will reveal itself. And the more I trusted the process, the more I realized that reasoning was to align me with something better. And I had to stop operating with a certain fear level. I started to have to approach topics as to what is the worst case scenario in this, and deconstruct what the worst case scenario, and oftentimes the worst case scenario was not that bad. And then I was able to release myself from certain baggage and bondage that I was just mentally carrying on, so that I was able to take myself along with that journey with this, allowing the uncertainty, because there's always going to be uncertainty involved. But if you're at peace with uncertainty, you can allow yourself to
How many
still
people
receive.
you know are at peace with uncertainty?
I don't know anybody.
Not many, but if you can allow yourself, if you do that work, I mean, if you allow yourself to go through the uncomfort, like I put myself in situations where I know I may be fearful, to just start learning what being that, experiencing that comfort within fear, and having to accept this is something I'm
How
going
many
to
people
feel
you
and
know are
experience.
comfortable being afraid?
But this is where the work comes in. And so this is that whole decoding. If you're not going to be willing to do the work, then you can understand, yes, certain things are not going to align. Then you can say, oh, well, it's not working for me. Well, there's a reason it's not working for you.
Mimi, Reagan,
I was just
and then Sarah.
So I was just thinking, it's sometimes that you have things on your mind that you want to do, and you may say, I'm going to accomplish this goal or that goal. And that very thing you said actually crumbled in your face. You actually saw that thing do the opposite of what you put your mind to it. And as you thought it still didn't work out. So I think that there's also a level of, as you said, it's a catch-22, because some of that stuff that you wish that you had, let's just say you go into the store, I'm going to win the lotto. You're not winning the lotto. Let's just say, I'm just using that as an example. Billions of people are thinking that same thing when they buy that ticket, but only one or two people won. So I use all that to say that there's so much to it. It's just not cut and dry, because you can believe you can fly, but maybe you can't. You know what I'm trying to say?
Maybe.
Or maybe you can. Maybe.
But my counter to that is sometimes things don't work out because they're just meant to be a lesson.
Honey, it ain't even your turn. You just jumped your ass in. Reagan, Sarah, then weekdays.
Right here and just watch and receive.
I wish this uncertainty piece was in the law of attraction, and I wish it was talked about more, because it's so powerful. And I feel like there's a piece here which a lot of people are missing. When it comes to manifestation, one of the biggest things that I see people do when they screw it up, when they put stuff on their vision board, when they say they're using the law of attraction but it doesn't come true, it's often because they're trying to control how it's going to happen. And they're in this place of going, okay, here's the goal, here's the vision, here's the thing, whatever that thing is. And then they're going, okay, cool, but it has to show up this way. Right. It's got to come through these means. It's got to come from meeting this person. It's got to come from this thing in my business, or this job, or this or that. And they control the how, and they're not letting the uncertainty play out its magic. And so, if you can get comfortable with that uncertainty, right? And if you can lean into that and go, oh, okay, let me actually surrender and trust, knowing that this intention's locked in. And then I believe that's when God's work comes into play, right? Because we're the creators of our own reality. Yeah, we can choose, all right, I want this, that, and that. But then that's when you open up and you surrender to it instead of controlling it, right?
That's it right there.
That's very good.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was real
Cold white girl now.
good.
It's missed out.
Yeah, it's on point.
That was real good right there.
Reagan, I want to get your...
Let me just
You can have my book.
stay focused, Sarah.
Okay. Well, this whole subject is, I was listening to what Mimi saying and said, as well as you, Reagan. I listen to you weekends. I'm just saying, but my comment is going to be more focused on what they just said. It's like my whole journey, like coming down here, it's those things that I planned out in my mind that God was like, okay, your plans are crap. Let me, he just laughed at everything that I had going on. And, I have, even though I've come to the show and I've listened to, some very, wise people.
Shit.
I mean, it's very different from how I was raised, but not more importantly from how I was raised, but my personal relationship that I have with God. It has taught me this journey here, overcoming fear, coming here, to just really just learn God and myself in a totally different way. And I think experiences like that, your failures and tragedies and different things like that, they all shape you into like the person that you are. My triumphs
So
in
why
life.
can't you get over that nigga?
Of what nigga?
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I'm like, what nigga? I need a nigga. Shout out, hit me up on. I'm joking. Okay, I'm not gonna plug myself. I'm ready. I mean, a lot of things is starting to turn for the, they on the up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just those things. And man, at nighttime, I cried and prayed and different things like that, and I thought God was not listening to me. But I think that everything was just working out. Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good. Love God, and those are called according to his purpose. That's the word. That's the word, and that's what I believe, and that has sustained me.
But isn't not getting what you want when you want it a part of the law of attraction?
Get it? Yeah.
Weekdays.
Patiently waiting. I'm working on that element of my life. I absolutely think part of the law of attraction and receiving is sometimes going through that journey of not receiving, because sometimes you also don't ask for what you want. People will say, oh, I don't want this to happen. Well, now you're putting it out there, what you don't want to happen. You're not putting out there what you want. My dad always says, ask for what you want. And I had to learn that a lot of what I was asking for was not actually what I wanted. It is what I didn't want to happen. So I was projecting from this place of fear rather than saying, no, I want this. Also accepting that if I want something and if I'm willing to go out and get it, I can want that for my life. And also I had to learn how to receive. A lot of people don't know how to receive. And sometimes being able to get what you want, you have to see when those blessings come in and how to receive it in a gracious manner.
Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. We want to know if it's real or false, man. I'm going to say this. The law of attraction, as it is currently contextualized, is the saccharine version, the aspartame version of ancient African belief systems.
It's the NIV.
You in the dig?
Yeah.
It's listen, you and your Jesus. You're a Jesus freak. I know what it is. You a Jesus freak. This woman said the NIV.
Yes. That's in me.
No, I just think it's a rehash. And we've seen rehashes throughout the last century or so. Like Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society. How you going to go into a place you covet, India, the Far East, and then go in there and say, we're the spiritual gurus here, and we're going to recontextualize these 5,000-year-old beliefs into what we want to call it, theosophy. The gall and the audacity to go fuck with some ancient shit and then make it in your image. See, you got to remember, and this is, and I don't mean any disrespect by this. White people use the law of attraction and force. We have to understand that. It's not like white people just sitting on mats somewhere and God is going, here, this is for you. No, that shit is dope. I got a hit of them African people jumping around. That shit was fire. How do we bottle it? How do we take this shit? That bead mean what? Them beads you got on your neck mean what?
Hit me with it.
How much that cost? Well, we don't have a word for cost. Well, how can I get some of the beads? They gonna get them motherfucking beads if they got to take your head off to get them beads. So we have to factor in that too. And this is why the world is imbalanced. Because the people at the top, the people in power, right? They don't mind killing, maiming, stripping people of their cultural belief systems in order to, remain in power.
They want you to have a melting pot.
So the law of attraction, to me, is the bootleg version of these ancient African belief systems. What are the ancient African belief systems for? Well, you remember how your grandmama used to heal shit. Anybody that's old enough has one of them grandmamas.
Turpentine.
That was, the motherfucker was psychic. She was psychic. You couldn't lie to her.
Right.
Get sick. She'll tie a pillowcase around your head with sardine oil on it.
And some garlic in your socks.
And some garlic in your socks. And next thing you know, shit is different.
I don't know, Grandma.
You understand? So a lot of that is leaving as the new generations come in.
Right.
Right? So the law of attraction is a concept or an idea that was extrapolated from old belief systems. These belief systems are here to manipulate the physical matrix that we're in. This is why if you go to West Africa and you sit with a Babalawo, right? You sit with, a priest of Ifa, he might grab some cowrie shells, right? And read the shells. He might do divination. Well, your book said divination was evil.
Yeah, it's witchcraft.
That's how they take you out of. Why would I want you to manifest the shit you want in your life when my job in a hierarchical spiritual system is to tell you what is and isn't right?
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, you want me to answer
I
that?
do. It ain't rhetorical.
I like because I believe that that God gives us the desires of our heart, but in that saying, I believe that as you have a relationship with Him, your desires should start morphing into different things that He would want. And that's what I believe. That's what you read the principles, you read all of the.
We must grow your perspective of God up.
Why you have to grow my perspective of God?
God does not need.
God does not need what?
Anything.
Yeah, but He desires to be.
A desire's a need. That's just.
Yeah, but at the same.
What are we doing?
But He made us. He made us in order to. He's not only our Father and our God, but also He calls us friend.
Yeah, God has friends.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Why can't God have friends?
And what if you were to realize that you are God?
Why can't God have friends? Why is it funny?
That shit is hysterical. First off, you're a comedian.
Okay.
That's first. This motherfucker said God got friends.
Yeah.
What would a friendship with God be like? I'm sorry.
Phenomenal.
I believe, not only praying, spending time with Him every day. Like, I believe that in God I live, move, and have my being.
So it's really, so God, okay. You're a vehicle for God.
I'm a vehicle. I'm his extension down here on earth.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
yes.
how I drove here, it was me and Jesus in the car.
You and Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus in you or Jesus in the passenger seat?
He's all God's all around.
And if Jesus is in you,
God is everywhere, but not in everybody.
Was He wearing a condom? Anyway.
Oh my goodness. Jesus. We have a different kind of intimacy. Thank you very much.
That was not needed.
That's okay. That's okay, because me and you we're going to skip happily in heaven.
Again.
It's going to happen.
Again. God in you. You were close, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
He's closer than our skin.
God in you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
That I am an air and joint.
Well, let's do it another way.
Okay.
Where does God end and you begin?
Right.
No, He's everywhere. He's all around. I'm in Him. It's not that He doesn't have it.
Is there a demarcation point where God has a boundary and you start?
Well, God has a boundary?
Yes.
No, I have one. He doesn't.
You have a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you have a boundary but God doesn't?
Because he's a spirit.
Then if you have a boundary, God can be poured into a container.
No, what are you talking about?
You have a boundary,
Yeah,
like a container.
Oh, yeah, like a container. Okay, cool.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're the cup for God.
I'm Jesus' cup.
Does that make sense?
To me.
Girl, you crazy to the back angel dust.
But I am not.
Okay.
No.
So the Hindus have a word for this, right? What is that word? Do you know, Reagan?
I don't think so.
Avatar. Your
Right.
avatar. You've seen it on a video game. An avatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my avatar. You know what the word avatar means? Avatara from Sanskrit. It's avatara.
Mm-hmm.
It means the descent of the divine into a body.
Okay.
Kind of like Jesus.
Okay.
What did Jesus tell Peter when
Which time?
Peter was walking on water?
To come.
Now listen.
He told him to come.
Let
That's
me
what he
tell you
said.
something. As much caping as you do,
That's what he told him to come.
as much caping as you do for Christ,
Yeah.
you better knock this out the park.
What are you talking?
Peter walks on water, yes or no?
Yes, he does.
And then what happens?
And then he began to fear and he sank.
And then
Started
Jesus
singing.
grabbed his ass before he
Yeah.
went under the water and drowned.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing Jesus said to him when he put him back in the boat?
It's about fear.
No, it ain't
No,
about
it's not
fear.
fear. It wasn't about fear.
Does she know?
I'm trying to remember.
It's famous, for Christ's sake.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What is?
Oh,
Oh, ye of little faith.
There we
Oh, you
go.
little faith. Come on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're putting me like on the
And
spot.
this is kind of the reason why
Okay,
you're a
okay.
follower.
I'm not a follower.
Are you a follower of the God in you?
Am I a follower of the God in me?
Are you a
Yes.
follower of the God in you?
I'm a follower of God.
Okay.
I'm a
In the
follower of God.
African belief systems, they call it Ori. Your consciousness is the most powerful God of all. Ori. It's the root word of Orisha, which are like energies.
Yeah, but I just choose to believe in God.
Well, you choose to believe in a set of words that are comfortable to you. That's fine.
No, I'm talking like my relationship. I can't. My relationship with God is very, very personal, but at the same time, I don't mind sharing my faith.
And
in
I
God.
love that. What I'm trying to drill down on.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a hierarchical society. You got bosses everywhere, even in spirituality. What I'm trying to say is that law of attraction stuff, to me, the way it is contextualized was to throw people a bone so they could feel good about being mediocre. They didn't tell you uncertainty is in it. You never really get exactly what you want. And then if you don't have the intellectual wherewithal to see that you've been getting little pieces of it incrementally, because it isn't exactly what you want, you're not keeping account of what you have been getting. You look back and go, well, damn, I damn near got all of it. But if it didn't come the way you wanted it to come, you in the dig? Therein lies part of the flaw. I'm going to throw you a bone to make you feel good about something that is actually the key to you realizing exactly what you are. Now, what makes you think they're going to give you 100% blue magic dope in a book, right? On how to really actualize yourself. They didn't give you that in the Bible.
Yes, it is.
No, ma'am.
Your identity is.
No, ma'am. There's a pillow over there you can lay down.
Okay.
I would absolutely agree with you, Zoe. That was one of the main arguments against The Secret, was that it was very surface level and that it didn't dive into truthfully the different elements that come into play. I mean, one is a big one is gratitude, because sometimes things are just a lesson, something that, like you said, it doesn't go the way you want it as planned. It doesn't mean there isn't a blessing in there and there's something for you to receive in that, but it was just manifested in a way that was different than how you had hoped to receive it. And if you can't go through the deeper journey, like you're talking about uncertainty or fear and deconstruct these elements, you're absolutely going to be lost. You're going to be surface level and you're going to be thinking about something and wondering why it doesn't come to you.
Mimi.
First of all, life is full of choices and options. So God may have a road that you're supposed to go down, but you have an option and a choice. You might choose the 405 and you should have been on the 10. You might have took the streets and you should have been over here on the other side of town. So our options and our choices that we make also put us in situations, circumstances, and people always blame, oh, why the devil does or why this person? No, why did you do that? Yeah. So it's like we have options and choices, which places us in situations and circumstances. And even though we have plans for things, sometimes there's always a blockage in the road. So what happens when the blockage comes? Yeah. Do you believe through the blockage? Yeah. Do you run it over? Or do you get scared and run back home? Right. So the choices are up to us. It's your option of how you decide to orchestrate your own life.
Right. Amen.
This goes back.
Amen.
This goes back to the Jesus and Peter story. Oh, ye of little faith. If you would stop looking at me as if I'm the only one who is capable of these things, these miracles. How many people you know even tiptoe on water before? Peter took steps according to the book. I don't believe that. I just think it's fairy tale.
But he also stepped over 11 other opinions in the vote.
Hear my point before you defensively respond. Jesus Christ. I'm just saying. That was the point, right? That was the metaphor there, right? Stop looking at me as if I'm the only one who can do it, right? John chapter 10, Jesus is about to get stoned. Why are you guys stoning me? Haven't I done a bunch of great works for you? It's not the great works that you've done that makes us want to stone you. It's that you say you are God. Jesus had to quote their book. But isn't it written in your law that I have said ye are gods? Psalms chapter 82, verse 6. And if it came from God, the word, then how can the word be broken? And then he ran away because he's smart. Rocks hurt.
They do.
Let me get the fuck up out of here before I get hit in the head with a stone. You in the dig?
Yeah.
Christians, instead of saying, let me find out what language this book was originally written in. They'll say, no, see, when Jesus quoted that verse, that's God with a little g, not knowing that there are no case letters in Hebrew. There are no capital B's and C's. That's God with a little g. You just making up shit, passer. The law of attraction is really the law of recontextualization. Something traumatic happens to you, but like that old saying, there's a silver lining in the traumatic happening, right? Mm-hmm. And if you can extrapolate the silver lining out of the negative happening, you can transmute negativity into positivity. And if you do that, you never have to claim the identity of a victim. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't let you have this power. So if yoga is diluted in America, we got American yogurt. Yoga. We got American yoga.
Don't know nothing about it.
American yoga is just like American Mexican food. That ain't real Mexican food.
Man, the crispy tacos go hard, though.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't real Mexican food.
No.
So why would I give you real law of attraction?
Tex-Mex.
And still be in the position that I'm in. Why would I give you that real shit? You got motherfuckers walking around with their body hurting from yoga. Oh, shit. My back is killing me. You know, my shoulder is fucked up. It ain't supposed to do that.
Astroglide on yoga?
No, I'm saying with the real yoga. I don't practice yoga.
I don't. You know I don't.
But do you understand the point that I'm making?
My mom had to plead the blood of Jesus in yoga one time at the senior center.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
For the culture we live in today, Why would I give you the keys to liberate yourself for real?
You wouldn't.
The law of attraction is no different than Maslow's hierarchy. What's at the top of Maslow's hierarchy? You know, right? Self-actualization. The fuck I'm gonna let you actualize yourself for?
Well, the minute that happens, all of a sudden we figure out how to sidestep the system, and then the system breaks if everyone sidesteps it.
If everybody is like, fuck that over there.
Right. Right. And a big piece is left out of the law of attraction because, you know, if everyone was always getting what they dreamed about all the time, then everyone would be living into their ideal reality right now. But we don't get what we dream about. We actually get what we tolerate. And so instead of talking about, oh, you know, what are you dreaming about right now? What are you tolerating? And if you don't know what your level of tolerance is right now, just look around your life. Look at your health, look at your money, look at everything, your relationships, all of it. Like we live in a minimum standard permanently. Right?
Minimum standard.
Permanently. That's all we're living into. And someone's minimum standard, they might end up homeless on the street. Someone else might lose all their money and then make it back. Someone else might never have that relationship. Whatever it is, like your reality is your minimum standard. And so the real game, the way I look at it is, of course, we have our dreams and our goals and our visions, but can you shift your minimum standard? Can you raise that? Can you actually go, okay, cool, I no longer tolerate this, and now I'm raising my standard to that. And the minute you start living into that, I mean, that's when things actually change. And yeah, you're moving in the directions of your dreams, but you're no longer tolerating what you tolerated last month.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. The ladies are struggling tonight because they want to believe.
Why are we considered in bondage if we believe in God? I don't understand. Like, if you're a Christian.
So watch me. You want me to answer this?
Yes.
I'm going to answer it very quickly.
Okay.
Any God outside of yourself is bondage.
Amen.
Any belief in a God that is outside of yourself is bondage. And on top of that, what makes it worse, you're the warden. You've got the keys to your cage. What the fuck?
Wait, but what I don't understand is, so what is all this other stuff that you gotta open yourself up to believing that you are God, and then you go and study about demigods and gods of different
Hold on, pimp. Hold on.
I'm just trying to say, you
Hold
go searching
on,
for
pimp.
another one. You know what I'm saying?
Psalms chapter. Can somebody? This is what I need. Somebody call me right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Call me right now and read Psalms.
I can read Psalms.
No.
Okay.
I don't want you reading no Bible verses because you're going to put peanut butter and jelly on it. You're going to fudge it.
And you expect your listeners to have a Bible?
Yes, they will. Somebody call me right now.
They burned them.
323-230-4610.
With the bras and everything.
I got. How many versions of the Bible do you have?
I believe there's different versions, but I mean, there are different translations.
I didn't ask that.
I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of languages.
No. I didn't ask that either.
Okay.
I asked you, how many versions of the Bible do you have?
I don't have that stat at this moment.
Where your Bible at?
My Bible at the house, but I got it on my phone too. I got Word of the Day.
Listen. In order to be governed, God and you must be separated. Mm-hmm. God is the source of all that is. Mm-hmm. It is a bastardized term. It is a political term. It is a term that has been used in different types of hierarchy to control and bind the minds of the people who would experience this source directly. But if you experience it directly, why in the fuck do you need me? Do you understand? Oh. Now, this girl came in here and said something about actions. You know why actions are important coming from her perspective? There's a great book out there. You should read it. Prometheus Rising. Robert Anton Wilson. Prometheus Rising. It is a treatise on the study of intelligence intensification. And how as time goes on, intelligence will intensify faster than even technology to the point of consciousness.
Right.
Now, in that book, he breaks down things that we simply don't look at.
I'm sure.
Like, by default, to look at a person and go, oh, wow, I've noticed that guy is homosexual. But not only is he homosexual, he's a WASP.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant homosexual. From Boston. Right?
Anna Kennedy.
So look, just by doing that, you start breaking down the filters by which he sees the world.
Yeah.
From a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant perspective, from a homosexual perspective, from a Bostonian perspective, then throw race on top of it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not aware of the layers by which you see the world through, the filters, you could be manipulated by those who are aware of it. Why do you think news channels put out a certain kind of news for certain channels? This is a right-wing, red state channel. I'm going to put out that kind of content. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You think that doesn't happen in spiritual circles?
Yeah. It's still, but it still doesn't shake my faith in my personal relationship.
That's not the purpose of this conversation.
Oh, I thought that's what we were talking about.
No. The purpose of this conversation is to broaden the perspective. Mm-hmm. There's no reason Christians in America, especially black Christians, should know about Krishnamurti. Do you know who Krishnamurti is?
You told me about him and I looked him up.
But did you know about him before? And that ain't
Absolutely.
what I asked. I need you to stop.
No, I'm sorry. No, I did not know about him like at all. I didn't know about Dr. Phil Valentine. I did not know about half the people that I've encountered through you. But it's opening up my eyes to see certain things.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If eyes are closed, can they see? Huh?
Oh, but it's like my eyes are not closed. What, you're not talking about me? Okay, you're talking in general. Okay.
Do you see? Do you see the flaw in your radio personality here?
No,
you can't separate the conversation from your own personal feelings.
I guess no. Yes, I can. I can.
Then do it.
I can, but I just
do it.
Okay.
That was for you from The Exorcist. Remember?
Oh,
do it, bitch. See, there she is. She reminds me of The Exorcist. I'm sorry. It's a whole long, sordid story.
Very detailed.
But do you understand what I'm trying to show you here?
Yeah.
You're taking it as an attack.
No, I was just.
You know what your book would call this conversation?
What?
Pearls before swine.
Wow.
You know why?
Why?
Because you don't value it. Because you
How
see
you
it
know
as an
I don't?
attack.
I don't. No, it's not considered. I don't consider it
Then
an attack.
if it's not an attack,
it's not an attack. I told you. I
open your mind. Let me in. No.
Just because I don't agree with certain things, I'm listening to everything. I listen to you all the time, and I have.
Mind meld.
I can listen, but I can agree to disagree. But I am open. I see. My eyes have opened. More than I thought they would.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You guys still believe a lot of stuff is devil worship?
Do I believe a lot of things are devil worship? Certain things, yes.
Just give me a couple.
Child sacrifices. No, I mean, that. But do I believe it? What? I don't believe in witches. I believe in witches. Somebody that says they're a witch or
a witch
in a coven or a wizard or something I believe that's demonic.
Yeah, demonic.
Covens, demonic.
Yeah. Get verse.
Oh, praise God.
I want you to go to the Bible. Let me get my church music going. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of reason.
Mm-hmm.
We are having a sermon up in here. Because there is a believer who refuses to check her beliefs. Not all beliefs are worthy of believing in.
Thank you, Jesus.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. The doors of the church about to open up, and we're about to receive benediction for this lost soul.
On the morning, bitch.
Go to Isaiah,
Okay.
chapter 45, verse 7.
Okay, let's see. You said Isaiah what now? 45?
Wow, I thought I was pretty clear. And she's wearing headphones.
No, I'm sorry.
I mean,
What is it right here? She don't remember.
45, 7.
45, 7. And this is from the New King James Version. Would you like, is it a certain
It
one?
really doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know why they have different versions. I'm opening up the phone lines because I want to hear if people are for or against the law of attraction. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. The Voice of Reason is live here on Dash Talk X, and I'm in the middle of an exorcism. Go ahead.
Isaiah 45 and 7 read, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create calamity. I, the Lord, do all these things. Would you like me to correct?
Now, let's just focus in on the word calamity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the new version.
Go to another one.
Yeah. Ba-ba-ba. Shabba-da-ba-ba-go. They changed the word calamity.
Mm-hmm.
It was evil.
Would you like me to go to?
I want you to read the verse again.
In King James Version?
And then replace the word calamity with evil. And I just want to know, why would you change the word evil from evil and make it calamity?
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create. It don't say evil. It says calamity. Okay.
Because they changed the word, damn it.
Okay. That's, yeah.
Why they changed the word? Do you know? You ain't on the board, are you?
No, I'm not on the board of Bible.
The Bible board.
The Bible board.
You know why?
Why?
Because they didn't want God to look bad in that verse. Because they know there are blind believers who won't do the research. Why won't they do the research? Because you've been taught that intelligence is evil.
No, it's not.
Yes, you don't know it all. God does. Don't question God. Well, shit, the root of intelligence is questioning.
Right, everything.
So if I can't question the all-knowing, I'm supposed to question this motherfucker standing right here who got little boy boo-boo on him?
What?
Yeah, if we're going to go after Michael Jackson, why not go after the church?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I
I agree with that.
Everybody, though.
Everybody.
Let's get everybody.
Everyone must be held accountable for what they do.
Absolutely.
Huh? Somebody call in right now with Isaiah 45:7. Call me right now. The number is open. We are taking benediction right now. The number is open. Hallelujah. 323-230-4610. You call us right now. And
You need the exorcism.
No, I don't.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Bad boy.
Call us right now. I'm answering phone calls right now. Caller, you're on the Voice of Reason. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's up? It's Trey Nash from Montgomery, Alabama.
From Montgomery, Alabama. Hallelujah. Welcome into today's church. What is on your mind, sir?
Yo, seeing that I'm from like one of the Bible belts and shit like that, I grew up as non-denominational Christian, but I got out of that shit. And just like how you was explaining, though, like that shit is crazy that you can't even question the Bible. So like I can go to school and question my teachers and shit like that, but I can't question this one book nor like the fucking pastor. Like it has to be a mediator between us and God. So I really believe that like you said, it's been like a distorted reality when it comes to our perspective, when it comes to our spirituality, right? Because religion just binds us the fuck up when it comes to Christianity and fucking Islam, my bad. Islam. And yo, it's just crazy how much we don't even question our roots, because if you ask like one of our ancestors that came over here in the boats, like about a Jesus, they'll slap the shit out of you. Like, and I believe, I think I heard that from Jeff from one of your shows the other day. But that's some real shit, yo. Like, this belief in a Jesus. And I'm not saying you have to, change your belief system, but I believe that if it's not us that's seeing us as God, it's sucking us up, yo. For real.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. God creates the light and the darkness. Somebody call in with that for me. I need that verse. Call us right now, Isaiah 45. And please, don't just stop at the latest version. They change words.
I have all of them.
Do you? Do you have the one that says
I have the Bible
evil?
app. Let me go on here. Let me see if I can find that for you, sir.
I want you to show me.
Okay, one moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we turned up right now. Weekdays has something to say. I'm going to the phone lines, 323-230-4610.
It's on King James Version.
It's on the King James Version.
Yeah.
I create darkness and light.
I make peace and create evil.
And I create evil. God creates evil. Are we done here? Are we fucking done here?
Done with what?
If God signs the devil's check, now you got to ask the goddamn question. For what purpose? And then understand that it's metaphorical. It's not literal. Understand that this is a metaphor for something.
I was just going to say, when you say he signs the check, I look at it like, one, we have options of what we choose to do, whether it's good or bad, evil, or, be a great person. And then on top of that, God, when you go through stuff, it helps build the person and the character that you are. So when you go through turmoil and different things, it helps build you up as a person. So then you turn into a new being. So these bad situations turn you into a greater being than you were originally, even though it hurt. But that struggle created a new person within you, just like a diamond.
I love you, Mimi.
Yeah. I love Mimi too.
You and your birthday energy looking all delicious and shit. March 19th, my nigga.
Yeah.
Hey!
It went down, right? The streets is talking about that party.
That party,
that
It was on
Mimi's party was crazy as hell, but Mimi just hit on something very powerful. What is the devil's name in the Bible?
There's different things.
Sure. I'd like you to explore, young Christian.
No, you already said I am not a young Christian. It's just
Well, then old Christian.
I'm not an
Bring
old
your
Christian.
old Christian.
I'm not a Christian, but I'm okay. Shout out to my girl Donnie Keep Peaches. I'm a believer. That's what I like. But what was the question?
The name. What is one of his names?
Say it. Lucifer, Satan.
Two different things. Two different beings, two different energies.
Well, you said before something about the morning star, and then Jesus was also called the morning star.
Lucifer is light bearer.
Mm-hmm.
This is why a lot of people associate the Illuminati with devil worshiper. Because to be illuminated, right, is a light bearer. Light is intelligence. Lucifer, the light bearer. Alumni, alumnus, right? Illuminated. The word Buddha means illuminated, enlightened one. Jesus and Satan, quote unquote, called the morning star. The morning star is the sun, S-U-N. The sun, time immemorial, back to ancient Egypt, back to ancient Africa, back to ancient Sumeria. The sun was seen as a source of illumination, the life provider. You follow? Okay. Different thing than Satan altogether. Light represents intelligence, right? Intelligence is disruptive because it asks questions. It upsets the norm. Listen to me. This is why Lucifer later becomes evil, i.e., intelligence becomes evil. It goes from knowledge-based to faith-based. Faith has been interchanged with belief in English. Both those words mean two totally different things. You go back to its root, faith is fact beyond a doubt. Imam, right? Iman. This is where you get amen. This is where you get imani. All of these words are the same word. It can be trusted. That's why you end your prayers with the Egyptian God. Amen. Amen. Amen Ra. It can be trusted. That's where it comes from. Now, let me.
Well, you said intelligence. What about wisdom? Solomon asked for wisdom, and it was granted.
Pimp, don't take me off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't take me off, because we need to know what Satan means and why he's important and why he's on God's payroll. Oh, this hurts.
How does it hurt?
Satan.
Okay.
Look it up.
Oh, I am.
They say Satan means adversary.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What did Big Mama say about adversity?
You triumph over adversity.
Keep going.
You triumph over adversity. I don't know if there's
You don't know.
I don't know if there's another one.
What is a life without adversity?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what?
Yeah, I've
The
heard
rest
that
of
before.
You're not really living unless you're overcoming adversity.
Mm-hmm.
So could we postulate that Satan is a spiritual personal trainer, throwing challenges in front of you to overcome, so that with each challenge overcome, you get stronger?
Like a Job experience? Everyone has to.
Well, Job was a little senseless and dumb. I'm talking about the entire story, because it dealt with God's ego. And most people won't look at that book and see that. The fuck you got to prove something to the Isaiah 45:7 says you create light and darkness. You create good and evil. So in Job chapter 2, you got to prove something to the nigga you sign his checks. You signed the devil's checks. You gave him the power to be evil. So God's ego said, well, have you considered my servant Job? I bet you he can resist. Well, why do I have to prove anything to you? I give you your being. And now go back and read Job 2. You can be like, God damn, this was all senseless. Job lost everything. Family members, wives, cattle. He was ill just so he could get it all back, so God could prove to a lesser being, according to y'all, prove to a lesser being that this guy won't fold? Wouldn't he already know that because he's omniscient? Okay. Boom. Here we go. A lot of foolery. Do you understand? This is why they peddle this shit. You really want the law of attraction? It's about God building from the inside out. The Masons call it apotheosis. You look up the word apotheosis. You know what it means? The act of God building. They use all of the symbols of ancient Egypt because they're saying the pyramid that needs to be built is you. That's why it's called speculative masonry. Not an actual operative mason, somebody who got brick and mortar building walls. No, it's speculative masonry. We're using symbology and we're applying the symbology to our internal beings to build a perfect structure like a pyramid. So you think they're going to share that information with you? There will be no need to have masons. A secret society. Let's keep the secret. The word sacred and secret is the same word. You're not supposed to know the secret. You're supposed to be a believer. And as long as you're a believer, I keep money coming into our coffers. We keep building this monstrosity of an institution. You become spiritually institutionalized, and I can rely on you generation after generation after generation. Go ahead.
I 100% agree with you. And I find that I was born in a Christian household and raised that way. But what my biggest issue was with Christianity was not just the hypocrisy, was I found a lot of believers were based in fear. And I did not understand how, if God is love and God is faith, how so many people could be grounded in a place of fear. And they would have this belief, but then they wouldn't have a belief when it extends to other elements of their life. And when it comes to your point about that higher learning and the law of attraction, when I really started delving and reading and applying certain things to my life and operating from a place of gratitude, operating from a place of abundance and changing it, and stuff started happening, it almost felt like a superpower. And it almost was like, this is crazy.
Yes.
It was like anything I put my mind to, I was achieving. And it was to the point where that's why I started believing it was such faith, and where I just had almost a reckless abandon with it, because it was like, this is working. And the more I just trust this journey and go in and delve deeper and release myself from these change, it was changing my life. So, of course, people wouldn't, the mass or the higher ups or whoever that is, or the governments would not want the masses to have this type of information, because if you had that type of power to start changing your life and to be able to take yourself from nothing to something and continue to grow in that,
but watch this though. Here's a problem with that. Nothing to something, by whose definition is something versus nothing? Because you have some people who would be classified as having nothing that are more fulfilled and happy than those who are classified as having something. So we have to be careful when we do that, because that's another trap.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right about that. And part of where I feel the law of attraction comes, when you align with that, you're at a place of inner peace. And you are constantly in a place of there's something. You don't have to have anything in terms of materialistic realm. You're in a place of peace and gratitude for just existing.
All right. I'm opening up the phone lines. Let's go. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's that? Excuse me?
You on the line. You live on the radio. What's that? Huh?
Damn, excuse me. Yeah, I thought the call would be screened, but I was just wondering what y'all think of what Esther Hicks does with Abe Hicks.
Esther Hicks.
Esther Hicks, yeah, how she channels Abraham Hicks.
The spirit of Abraham is speaking through us right now.
What is?
And when you become a vibrational match for, I'm hip to all of that.
Who is that?
Esther Hicks. You might like her.
I might like her. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Why would I like her?
Listen, stop tripping.
Oh my God!
I can't suggest something to you now.
You can. Oh my God!
So Esther Hicks, I think her husband died, right? So, and I'm not an expert on Esther Hicks, by the way. So you might be able to help me here, Reagan. Esther Hicks, I think her story is there was a being called Abraham, but it was a multitude of beings. It wasn't just one being. She channels a being called Abraham.
It's a conscious block of thought, they say, how they say it. That's how they say it.
Right? And she speaks about the law of attraction a lot.
They coined the phrase, they say, yeah.
She coined the phrase?
They say they do. Abraham is they speak through her. I thought you might have known about any of this.
I do know about her, bruh. I do.
All right.
Did you hear my impersonation of her?
Yeah, the way you said it, though, I thought wasn't for sure if it was a joke or what. But
we trying to set up people in the room that ain't heard about her. Listen, brother, what's your question?
All right.
What's your
I was
question?
just wondering what was your take on it? Or,
I think we was just about to give it until you start trying to correct us. Hell, Jesus. No, we appreciate the call. Thank you. We'll talk about it right now. So, Esther. I think this knowledge is already out there. So I'm this kind of person. I am a cynical believer in everything. I do not let what I believe or would like to believe to be true dominate the way I research. You get it? So for me, I would have to be used by the spirit of Abraham in order to, you understand, like verify Esther. When I listen to her, what I hear is ancient knowledge that is available right now in books. So I haven't heard anything that like knocked me off my feet where I was like, oh shit, when she talks about becoming a vibrational match for that which you desire, whether it be relationships or material or spiritual things, that is spiritual knowledge. Listen, earlier in the show, I talked about how all of this shit is from ancient African cultures, right? So are you guys familiar with Message in the Water? Emoto, Dr. Emoto from Japan,
Oh yeah.
right?
Right.
How, he was the first to record music onto water, and how he said water is a storage unit for information.
Yeah, can change.
And that, certain high vibrational, sounds create these beautiful crystalline structures in the water. Message in the water. Africans been doing that for 50,000, 100,000 years. So when you go to Hand of Ifa and they say, here, pray into this water. Pray into this cup of water. Where the fuck you think the Catholics got it from? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, all of this is ancient. But as it comes up through society, and society gets more and more regulated with technology, with laws and governance, I can't control a country of self-realized people. They won't participate. Do you know the level of fervor involved in the political process is almost religious?
Yeah.
People get patriotic. Patriotism is like a religion.
Most definitely.
You can't be that way if you're self-actualized. What? The fuck? Call us. We want to hear your thoughts. You're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, my name's Nikos Markopoulos. I'm calling from North Carolina.
What's happening, Pam?
Hi.
You got to turn your life down. Your life is loud in the background.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I online?
Yep.
What's up, Reagan?
What's up?
My name's Nikos Markopoulos. What's your name, man?
My name is Zoe. Welcome to my show. Jesus. My name is Zoe.
Well, first off, I want to say that I think you're coming off super disrespectful. You're making her feel isolated and attacked. There's nothing spiritual about that. And I think you should know, if you know all these quotes, I don't remember if it's Plato or Socrates or Aristotle or whoever it was, but, they said something along the lines of, somebody who's truly smart knows they don't know everything. There's absolutely no way for you to know what the absolute truth is. And so for you to go on this monologue and attack this woman, in her beliefs, instead of just being comfortable with other people having their own beliefs, I mean, that just shows an insecurity in you. And it just seems weak to me, man.
So what's your name again?
My name's Nikos Markopoulos.
And did you hear the whole show, or are you just getting in here?
No, I've been listening for about a half hour. And
a half hour? Did you hear the part where she said? Did you hear the part where she said she didn't feel attacked?
No, but
So you didn't hear that?
No, I didn't.
So you're doing exactly what you're blaming me for doing?
What, attacking you?
That's what I'm saying. Is that what you're doing?
I am attacking you because
clearly,
regardless of what she said, man, you're solely focusing on.
So
her.
you don't want to hear what she said? Did you feel attacked?
Well, you just told me what she said.
No,
but did you?
No, I don't feel attacked. It's somebody with a different.
There we go.
Idea
And clearly, you don't listen to the show. So you don't know what this show is about. So here you are assuming, trying to attack someone that you have no fucking idea of what we do here, bro.
You're constantly just launching an attack on this woman.
But are you gonna listen and maybe get some new information,
Sure.
or are you going to continue to believe what you think you know about me in a 30-minute snap? Right?
Yeah, hit me with it, man.
All right. This is how this show goes. This is how this show is. We go at each other, but that doesn't necessarily mean people are disrespectful. Hold on. Let me finish. I let you talk. Don't make me cut you off. I would love to keep you on the line and go back and forth. This is what I do. But you will show respect or I will drop your ass. Now, are you going to flow or no?
Go ahead. I'm flowing.
All right. So listen to me or be gone.
I just said I would, man. Let's go.
All right. Good. So the way the show rocks is we have a comedian, we have business people, we have spiritual motivation speakers here, we have radio personalities and we get all these different opinions, bro, from different people. And my job as the host is to agitate conversation. Agitate to get fucktards like you to call in. It worked.
Time out. Let me stop.
No. It's my turn. I'm going to give you a turn.
Okay.
Right? But this is what we do. We do this because it's called great radio. That's what it is. It's entertaining. It's funny. Sometimes it's harsh. But guess what? We're all good with each other. We're all professionals. We have a role to play. And it's really fucked up that I got to explain to you the behind the scenes machinations of how I run the show so your little soft ass can feel comfortable about what you heard. Hey, it's my turn. I'm going to give you a turn, you little fuck. But let me tell you.
Go ahead.
It's really cold-blooded that I got to sit here and go, hey, wait a minute. So you feel comfortable. Let me tell you how I run the show. This is how we run it. She's a comedian. She can handle hecklers in real life. Her job is to allow me to bounce off of her so different levels of information can come out. It's called being a professional radio personality. There's a setup, there's an alley-oop, there's a dunk. Everybody gets their role. So what I want you to do is play yours. Here's your final word.
Am I on?
Yes, bitch ass motherfucker, yes.
All right, check it out. So you dropping all these quotes, and I mean you're focusing on like trying to disprove Christianity, it seems like, and it's unfortunate that she's laughing right now because is she true? I don't know. If I believed in God, which I'm not Christian, I would have walked out because it seems like you're being disrespectful.
Again.
It's my turn.
No, it's not your turn. You know why? Because I get to cut you off because it's my show, and there's another show coming in right after us.
If you're afraid to hear my point, you can.
I'm not afraid to hear anything you have to say is rudimentary. You just changed it after I gave you your point.
Radio show. If you're too insecure to hear my point,
okay, go ahead. Finish your thought because we got one more minute before I have to cut you off. So please condense your thought.
Let me talk. All right. Just because you can quote certain Bible verses and whatnot does not mean that you know for a fact that the Bible is not the truth. You don't know if
you're a Christian.
The truth. You don't know.
Are you a Christian? Can I ask?
I'm talking, man.
I don't care if you're talking. Can I ask you a question? Are you a Christian?
I'm not a Christian. No.
Oh, okay. So you're caping for Christianity?
But I don't think it's spiritual to be attacking other people's beliefs when you don't know what the truth of the universe is. Absolutely
we just told you how the show is set up. You're still calling it an attack. It's not an attack.
I'm talking about the points you're bringing up.
It's not an attack, and the points that I'm bringing up are sound. We ask people to go research. We ask people to go check out what I'm saying. That's what we asked. That's what we asked.
I don't need to research the fact that you have no idea what the ultimate truth of the universe is.
Nobody said I did. Did we ever claim that in here? Did anybody ever claim that?
No.
Okay, man. I'm sorry. Jesus. Okay.
He just wants to argue.
He does.
To argue. And if he was listening, he would have realized it was a conversation with Sarah, not Regan.
Right.
Right. I was like, I'm confused.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm black, though.
Wait a minute.
He was wrestling Raven.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. I love arguing with people.
Oh, I know.
That shit brings me so much joy. I wish you would have called in early. I could have really just spent time arguing. I love it. I love yelling and making people look stupid. Shut your dumb ass up. I love it.
I should have walked out.
But no, honey, no. The show. Yes, this is what Zoe does. Zoe calls me Linda Blair.
If I was Christian, I would have left. And you would have missed everything we was talking about.
I'm a roller skate on your ass. No.
I'm leaving.
I loved it. Call in again. Hey, I'll do this topic again Monday. I dare you to call in again. God damn it. Call in early. What was his name?
Snuffleupagus.
No.
Nicholas Snuff. It was like
his last name was Scapino.
Nicholas.
Scapino. Nicholas Scapino.
Hey, listen. No. But we got to do this real quickly because Tone Talks is about to walk in here in any minute. Regan, where can they find your awesome book?
Yeah, if you go to reganhillier.com or theabundancecodes.com.
Man,
right
that
there.
cover is crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even the back and the side.
This shit is fire, man. I love it. I love it. Sarah, where can they find you, baby?
I just tell you can find me on Instagram at Sarah without the H99. That's Sarah without the H all spelled out though. SARAW. Yeah, all
got it. Weekdays.
If you like horror movies, you can find me now.
Shit,
At Sherelle Patrice. That's CHERELLEPATRICE at Sherelle Patrice.
Mimi.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mimi. You can find me on Keeping It Real with Mimi on all social media platforms or Michelle Dukes on Facebook because that's what I am. I'll see y'all on acceleratedradio.net on Thursdays, Keeping It Real with Mimi. See what we talking about because it's going down, baby. What?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen. Hey, we'll be back here Monday. We will be back here Monday, 5 to 7 p.m. Dash Talk X. I love fiery conversations. Let's keep them going.
Metropolis.
All right. Deuces.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
I love it.
Oh, he was fired.
Right.
He was fired up.
Thanks for the candy, Mimi.
Oh, that was
Come on, man.
I love sugar.
Y'all
Nah,
missed
you
all
good,
the
bro.
candy and stuff was
You ain't gonna be
upstairs. Y'all
late.
missed all the snacks.
Oh.
I had a whole room full of
It was lit.
Hey, we gotta move. Show, I loved it.